When it comes to what your family eats and drinks, you know your choices matter. You're the expert because you know what fits your life. And getting it right starts with good information. That's why America's beverage companies are sharing more information about our ingredients at goodtoknowfacts.org. No spin, no judgments, just the facts straight from the experts for more than 140 beverage ingredients. Visit goodtoknowfacts.org.
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
Welcome to The Last Show. I'm David Cooper. Calling all English tutors. There's a current job worth 180,000 British pounds that you can have if only you can teach a young man to turn in to an English gentleman. We are here with special English gentleman foreign correspondent Tony Five to go over this job posting for a British child. Tony, welcome to the show.
Good day, David. Good day, world. Yes, indeed, the number one English gentleman here from London, England. Yes, a family, a high net worth individual family in a very expensive part of London is looking for a tutor. So I guess that would be a home tutor. I don't know what you would call it, for homeschooling, essentially, for their 1-year-old, David, 12 months, a 1-year-old, because they want to turn this child into a proper English gentleman, meaning they go to the best schools in the country, they can rub shoulders with the elite, they can go fox hunting, they can do everything a proper Englishman can, and probably to establish themselves in within the royal family or those sort of circles, David.
I see where this is going. They want their kid to get into Eton College, which
Correct.
I've always heard like, oh, they went to Eton. Like it's this fancy thing. What does that actually mean? What is Eton College? Why would kids want to go there? Is it expensive, etc.?
Okay, pretty much every male member of the royal family has been through Eton College. So it's your schooling before university. So what would you call that? That's not, would you
Like
just schooling,
like
right?
high school, primary school. Yeah.
Okay, so very high school. So in these schools, they have a huge, and I don't even know it off the hand, but a huge term time fee. So per semester, it's a hell of a lot of money. It's in the tens of thousands of pounds. Their uniform alone is a couple of £100, which is a couple of $100.
Oh my God, it's like a black tie. They look like conductors.
Correct. So they've got the long tail. That's what they're famous for. Their long-tailed jackets and shirts and ties. There are never regular, and I use regular with inverted commas, people that go to Eton. They're usually from the upper classes. They have to have exceptional academic ability plus social skills and social backgrounds to get themselves in there.
You might say the fall or the decline of the British Empire after World War II was because the country really got decimated by kind of winning the war in a way that other countries didn't. I think the real decline of the British Empire is because you force your school children to wear tails on their jackets.
Well, it's absolutely horrific. So a lot of these guys, and they're all men, by the way, because they prevent women from going there, fantastic, is the fact that they're very insular. They're a very insular club. They don't like sort of anybody who's on a sort of social income, a very low income. And weirdly, back to the topic of the guy. So this family, obviously, I'm assuming, because they are anonymous, that the male has probably gone through Eton and he's married in, and they want their child to do it. Now, for him to pay £180,000 a year salary, God knows how much they must be on. But I know that they posted it from an area which is in North London, and I'm presuming it's going to be somewhere like Hampstead, which is a very expensive part of London. And they want him or her, whoever tutors their child, at a 1-year-old. Let's go back to that, David. A 1-year-old wants to include trips to Lord's Cricket Ground, the theatre, rowing clubs. I mean, the child's 1. You can take him for a McDonald's Happy Meal, and he would not know any different, David.
Have you ever hunted for a fox? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, fox hunting is a huge thing with the upper class, what they call the blue bloods. So you get lots of animal activists who petition it, but it's still legal in this country. And you might see them, they are horsebound toffs, we call them, in these red hunting outfits. And, you know, they send these beagles out.
The redcoats are coming, like that kind of thing?
Correct, absolutely. And they go out and they shoot foxes and they do baiting and all sorts of things.
Have you ever done that?
No, David, I'm never invited that purely because of the colour of my skin. I would be the one hunted. It would be Tony hunting.
Oh, God. Well, 180 pounds, that's 240 US dollars. That's 335. Yeah, 240K. That's 335K Canadian. That is a lot of money to tutor a 1-year-old to try to get them into the school. Is it sufficient to just have money, or the kid has to have some special academic ability too?
Okay, so I don't know what it's like in your end of the world, but here they would, for example, a family would donate money to a certain wing of the building or pay a certain gym.
But what about for those rich families who are rich but not rich enough to donate a wing? Then their child has to excel, basically.
Correct. But let's say Boris Johnson, former Eton pupil, Prince Harry, Prince William, Eton pupils, many of the last few prime ministers who have come through the Conservative government, now I need to be clear, it's the Conservative government, not the Labour government, have gone through Eton.
But probably some Labour ones in history have as well.
They probably have, yeah, but it's mainly the Conservatives because they're obviously blue bloods, aristocrats, so on. So those are the sort of things that you would find of the people going through. And they've asked, obviously, the tutor must be healthy, fit, non-smoker, love for the outdoors, that sort of thing. But they'll only work, David, between 10 and 3 p.m. Oh, my goodness.
We should have you apply for this job and videotape your first interview.
Should I apply for it, David?
I think so.
It's on tutors.com or something. I think I'm going to apply for it and just say, why don't they ask me?
I think you ought to.
Yes.
All right. We have a weird thing coming in the UK, and this is one thing that I think your country does wrong. You hit daylight saving time too early. It's always like, whenever you're on the show, it's okay. You're 5 hours ahead of us. You're 5 hours ahead of us. We'll schedule the show 5 hours ahead. I'm in Eastern time. You're in, British whatever time. But then for like
until
1 month of the year, our daylight times don't overlap, or our standard times don't overlap. It drives me crazy. It apparently is not just a mental risk for me. It's a health risk for drivers. When the time change happens in the UK, car accidents go up. And so the government has made an announcement trying to help here, and it is ridiculous.
This is a great story. So basically, the end of British summertime, BST, goes back to GMT, which is Greenwich Mean Time, this Sunday. Okay, and it goes off at 2:00, and there is a history behind it, which if you want to know, I can tell you. But basically what happens is, because it gets darker earlier and the sun is quite high, the sun is quite low, and we have wet roads because of the weather, the sun is reflecting off the road. So they've advised people, motorists in the UK, to have sunglasses in their car.
It could be the lack of sleep,
Possibly.
that's causing the accidents.
Darker evenings, inclement weather, yeah.
There's been studies, and I've covered them on the show, about people's cognitive function goes down after the time switch because of the lost sleep. It could be that. It might not be the extra light. There's a correlation, maybe not a causation. But regardless, the government thinks if everyone wears shades, they'll save people on the roads.
Now, David, I'm not a scientist, but I can tell you 100% fact that Stevie Wonder has never had a car accident.
I hate you so much.
David, I mean, the facts speak for themselves.
Patently false, because Stevie Wonder used to make a guest appearance on the Super Dave Osborne show. Or no, that was Ray Charles.
David, they all don't look the same, David. My God. Anybody who's listening, the NAACP, the Ice Hockey League, absolutely cancel him, David.
I'm going to get full canceled.
The other black guy with sunglasses, David.
I know.
We're not all the same, my friend. I am your third black guy with the sunglasses, David. How dare you?
Tony, on behalf of white people, I apologize. Regardless, it was very funny because at the end of the Super Dave's Osborne show, Ray Charles would drive his car into Super Dave's garage, and he'd be on this car phone being like, hey, I'm coming over. And It was back when comedy could be offensive, I guess, or more offensive.
And now it's just you, isn't it?
It is. Will we get fired for talking about this on the radio? I don't know. What will be after the break? That's the great question. Tony Five, thanks for being here.
David, always a pleasure, my friend. Never a chore.